Yo, if you ever wronged our 45th through 47th president, I guarantee he wants his lick back. I'm not saying that Trumpito will vow a vengeance and smite you with the entire might of the Department of Justice like the Punisher. But he did send his director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, to make an announcement. She said, "You disloyal fool ass bitches." She said, "I'm putting indictments out on all you bitches." She said, "You think you could do this to Trump?" She said, "You will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay for real." When I'm finished, he said, "Shoe program, you Democrat." 23-hour lockdown. Trumpito is the man up in this bitch. You never, hey, look, you will never see the light of day, you Democrats. He said, "Do you know who the hell you are playing with? I am the police. For real. I run shit here. You just live here. I will burn this bitch down." He said, "King Kong ain't got nothing." Was that Tulsi? Was that Denzel from? I don't know. It was something like that. Anyway, my name is Marcus Russell. This is the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Check out this video.
Over the past few days, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has unveiled shocking new evidence that former President Barack Obama and top aides in the Obama administration conspired to subvert President Trump's 2016 election victory and undermine the democratic will of the American people. While publicly pretending to engage in a peaceful transfer of power, in private, former President Obama went to great and nefarious lengths to try to sow discord among the public and sabotage his successor, President Trump. The new evidence released by the Director of National Intelligence, who is here with me today, confirms that the Obama administration manufactured politicized intelligence, which was later used as the justification for baseless smears against President Trump in an effort to try to delegitimize his victory before he even took the oath of office. The truth is that President Trump never had anything to do with Russia, and the Russia collusion hoax was a massive fraud perpetuated on the American people from the very beginning. And the worst part of this is Obama knew that truth, and so did all of the other corrupt officials involved in this scam, including former CIA Director John Brennan, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, former FBI Director James Comey, former Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, and many others. Director of National Intelligence Gabbard's report further confirms what we already knew. There was no collusion, no corruption, except on the part of Barack Obama and the weaponized intelligence agencies at the time. The Russia hoax was a blatant lie, all ginned up by Democrat political operatives that were signed off on by then President Obama and leaked to the news media to launch a years-long witch hunt against President Trump and his first administration. I'll pass it over to the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, to speak more about all of this, and then we will open it up for questions afterwards. Tulsi, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. At President Trump's direction and with the support and coordination with the House Intelligence Committee Chairman Rick Crawford, today we've released a declassified oversight majority staff report that was produced in September of 2020. The stunning revelations that we are releasing today should be of concern to every American. This is not about Democrats or Republicans. This has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic and American voters having faith that the votes cast will count. There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't. The report that we released today shows in great detail how they carried this out. They manufactured findings from shoddy sources. They suppressed evidence and credible intelligence that disproved their false claims. They disobeyed traditional tradecraft intelligence community standards and withheld the truth from the American people. In doing so, they conspired to subvert the will of the American people who elected Donald Trump in that election in November of 2016, They worked with their partners in the media to promote this lie, ultimately to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump and launching what would be a years-long coup against him and his administration. We're here today because the American people deserve the truth, they deserve accountability, and they deserve justice. The records that we released on Friday that were ODNI records, Senator Chuck Grassley's release on Monday of what is known as the Clinton Annex, which was an appendix to the Department of Justice Office of Inspector General's 2018 report, as well as the House Intelligence Committee's majority oversight report that we're releasing today, all come back to and confirm the same report. There was a gross politicization and manipulation of intelligence by the Obama administration intended to delegitimize President Trump even before he was inaugurated, ultimately usurping the will of the American people.
Yo, Christy Nome, Tulsi Gabbard, and Pam Bondi is like Trumpito's angels. Is it just me, or like the Trump administration women are not bad? They're not bad. Although Democrats have dismissed Tulsi Gabbard's treason claims as a weak attempt to distract us from the Epstein files, the shit is working. There's been so much scandal, like one scandal after another, and I'm having a ball just regurgitating it back to y'all on my platform. But we all knew that Hillary and Obama and them were using any means possible to try to stop Trumpito. But we're almost just used to it. We're used to politicians doing whatever they want to do to win. Of course, I want to see somebody, released on the Epstein files, but I want to see some Obama scandal too. I like to, I'll mix them both together. Tulsi said there's irrefutable evidence in declassified 5-year-old files, a report that was presented to the Democratic Party, but it was rejected by a Democratic lawmaking panel. It also implicates Comey, Brennan as being conspirators. Because they knew that there was no interference, but they wanted to press the narrative, and so they basically committed treason, which is punishable by death. That's right. You can't do treason in America. That's like, you're not supposed to do that. Tell me what you think in the comments. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.